After the age of 70, there is one quiet action, often considered sensitive, that could actually save your prostate. For decades, older men have been told to live with restraint, to give up physical desires as a sign of being a respectable elder. But science today is showing us the opposite. Maintaining healthy sexual activity, even if it is just by yourself, can help reduce the risk of prostate inflammation and even lower the chances of developing cancer. So, how much is enough? Is masturbation after the age of 70 harmful, or could it actually become a natural remedy for your prostate, your sleep, your mood, and even your confidence? Today's video will not just answer these questions with science, it will also offer real, straightforward, and honest advice from the perspective of a men's health expert who specializes in older adults. Before we begin, I invite you to leave a positive affirmation in the comments, as a small commitment to welcome good things into your life. Something like, "I choose to live healthy and happy in my golden years," or any wish of your own. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on content like this. Let's create a space filled with positive energy to grow and thrive together. But before we get to the key, let's take a hard look at the door that's quietly draining your life every single day. Those issues that seem normal with aging but are anything but simple. Have you ever found yourself tossing and turning at night, finally drifting off, only to wake up needing to pee? Then, when you reach the bathroom, the stream is weak, hesitant, and slow, leaving you standing there, feeling like you still have not finished. The night ends up being broken like that, and by morning, you already feel exhausted and foggy-headed. And then you try to comfort yourself by saying, "Well, I guess this is just what happens when you get old." But the truth is, not everyone realizes that those symptoms are not just about getting old. They are your prostate quietly trying to tell you that something is off. We tend to think of aging as grey hair and a slower walk, but we often miss the subtle signs happening inside. And unfortunately, those are the signs that are truly stealing your comfort, your peace, and sometimes even your sense of dignity. I understand that uncomfortable feeling when you start to notice weakness down there, when urination suddenly becomes unpredictable, when you feel the urge too late, or even when you don't need to go, but your body insists otherwise. It is not just physically frustrating, it feels like a hit to your pride. You were once strong, once in control of your life. Now it feels like your body is working against you. You might even find yourself getting irritated at your own body. And then there are the moments when intimacy with your partner, or even just the feeling of excitement, begins to disappear. You may not talk about it, but I know because so many men have shared this, that the loss of desire or inability to perform is not just the loss of a function. It feels like losing a part of yourself, like you are disconnecting from your partner. It becomes a silent loneliness that no one else can see. Worse yet, the sleepless nights due to constant urination, anxiety, and uncertainty start to make you more irritable, more negative. You begin to close yourself off. Some men start avoiding social events, stop going out, stop talking much, because deep down, they are anxious. Will I make it to the bathroom in time? Can others tell that I'm not as strong as I used to be? You are not alone in this. I say that not to make you feel better, but to remind you that millions of men your age are going through the same thing. The difference lies in how they face it. Some quietly endure, while others choose to learn, to listen to their bodies, and take action little by little. And you, if you're still here listening to this, I believe you're in that second group, the ones who want to live actively and refuse to fade away with time. The prostate. It sounds small, but it has a huge influence. It is tied to urination, sexual function, and even emotional well-being. When it is working well, you barely notice it. But when something goes wrong, it feels like you've lost a piece of your freedom. And for someone who once was the pillar of the family, losing freedom means losing a great deal. I am not asking you to force yourself to be strong. I just hope you do not stay silent. The discomfort you are feeling, it deserves to be understood and addressed, not just endured. Speaking up about your worries does not make you weak. In fact, it is the first step toward regaining control of your life in a very real and courageous way. And to truly understand why everything seems to be falling apart, we need to look deeper at what is silently happening inside your body. You see, the human body is special in that it never reacts without a reason. Every symptom you are experiencing, frequent urination at night, weak flow, loss of desire, is a signal that something deeper is going on. And in most cases, for men over the age of 70, the main culprit is the prostate, that small organ that can cause so much trouble. The first thing to consider is benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, a condition that becomes very common after the age of 60. When the prostate enlarges, it starts to press against the urethra, the narrow tube that carries urine out of your body. Imagine trying to force water through a pinched straw. The flow gets weaker, clumpy, and interrupted. While it is not life-threatening, this condition can make daily life miserable. It slowly drains your energy, causes discomfort, interrupts your sleep, and, most importantly, it steals your basic sense of physical ease. But that's not all. When urine cannot flow freely, fluids inside the prostate are not released properly. They start to build up. And wherever there is stagnation, there is a risk of infection and blockage. Many people do not realize that the heavy, tight feeling in the lower abdomen or the pain during urination can come from low-grade, chronic inflammation in the prostate. If left unchecked, this can affect your entire reproductive and sexual system. Another factor you might not have considered is hormones. After the age of 40, testosterone, the hormone that defines manhood, begins to gradually decline. But after 60, the drop becomes much more noticeable. Testosterone is not just about sex drive. It also affects mood, energy levels, focus, and sleep. When it dips, you may feel tired, uninterested, and like you are slowly losing your edge. It is not because you are lazy or weak. It is simply that your hormones are shifting. And then there is lifestyle. It might seem like something external, but it goes deep. Have you been moving less? Eating whatever is easiest to chew without paying attention to nutrition? Those meat-heavy, oily meals with little to no vegetables, eaten out of habit, are quietly increasing your internal fat, promoting inflammation and speeding up aging. Especially around the pelvis, when you do not move enough, circulation suffers, directly affecting the prostate. We cannot ignore the mental side either. Many older men fall into a mild depression without realizing it. Not sadness in the obvious sense, but a dull emptiness, lack of interest, lack of motivation. When you no longer feel needed, no longer have clear goals, that sense of withdrawing from life slowly creeps in. This affects your mind, your hormones, and cascades into a host of other health problems. No single cause works alone. They often overlap, quietly piling up, until they show up as the symptoms you are living with now. But if you only treat the surface and ignore the root, then every solution is just like putting a bandage on a wound that was never cleaned properly. The surprising thing is, there is a natural, private way you can take control. It is simple, yet brings unexpected benefits to your prostate. Do you know that the more taboo or hidden something is, the less people truly understand it? Masturbation is one of those topics, especially for grown men who were raised to think that those things are just for young people or only belong in sexual relationships. Touching yourself might feel wrong, shameful, or even sinful. But when we look at it calmly and scientifically, we realize this is not something shameful. It is actually a way to reconnect with your body, a proactive form of self-care that becomes even more important after the age of 70. First of all, each time you reach orgasm, even alone, it is a chance for your body to cleanse itself. When you ejaculate, the prostate and seminal ducts are flushed of old fluids, preventing buildup and reducing the risk of silent, ongoing inflammation. It is like cleaning out a water pipe. If you never flush it, dirt and debris will collect and clog it. The human body works the same way. It is just that nobody wants to talk about it seriously. The second benefit is blood circulation. After 70, the pelvic area, the hips, groin, bladder, and prostate, often gets very little movement. When done properly, masturbation helps increase blood flow to this area, nourishing the tissues and supporting organ function. It not only improves urination, but also helps you feel that your lower body is more alive and warm again. A sensation many older adults forget even exists. There is also something powerful about reconnecting with yourself. For older adults, especially those who are widowed, live alone, or no longer have an active sex life, the feeling of being forgotten, unattractive, or disconnected is incredibly common. In this case, masturbation is not about indulging desires, like people often assume. It is about healing. It is how you give yourself care, attention, and love from yourself. And when your mind is relaxed, you will notice that even your sleep becomes easier and deeper. You might be surprised, but that feeling of physical release after a soft, private moment of pleasure can lull you into a better night's rest than many medications. So why is this especially important after 70? Because this is the stage when your body starts losing its natural drive. Health declines, hormones drop, and your mind can start to feel empty. Masturbation, when seen through the right lens, is not taboo. It is a form of self-care. It does not require anyone else. It does not depend on circumstance. It is quiet, private, and yet deeply valuable. It helps you stay connected to your body, reminds you that you can still feel, still enjoy, still take charge, no matter your age. No one has the right to judge that, not even you. And if you are feeling a bit doubtful or hesitant, try just once to let go of the old ideas. Ask yourself, if one simple, private act that harms no one could help you live healthier, feel happier, and sleep better, then why not? And if you are now ready to see masturbation as part of your overall healthcare, then the next thing to know is this: how to do it properly, safely, and in a way that truly benefits you. I know this is a sensitive topic. It is not easy to talk about, and even harder to ask questions about. But that is exactly why so many people do it the wrong way, or miss out entirely on the benefits they could be receiving. Masturbation is not bad, but when done improperly or with a negative mindset, it can leave you feeling drained, exhausted, and even hurt, physically and emotionally. First, let's talk about frequency. You may have heard some studies recommend regular ejaculation, about 2 to 4 times a week, to reduce the risk of prostate cancer. But that number is not one size fits all. After the age of 70, the most important thing is to listen to your body. Some people stay strong, eat well, sleep well, and keeping up that frequency might be right for them. Others may need to space it out more, maybe just once a week, and that is perfectly fine too. What truly matters is how you feel afterward. If you feel relaxed, light, not tired, and free from pain, that is a good sign. On the other hand, if you feel drained, have discomfort in the lower abdomen, or do not reach the satisfaction you expected, that is your body's way of telling you something needs adjusting. It might be the frequency, or it might be the method. As for technique, let your body relax naturally. Choose a quiet time, free from interruptions. A familiar environment, soft lighting, and a calm mindset. All of these add to a positive experience. If your sensitive skin feels dry or if friction causes discomfort, do not hesitate to use a lubricant. This is not just a tip, it is a way to protect the delicate skin that becomes thinner with age, helping you avoid irritation and stay comfortable. Your posture also matters. Some people prefer lying down. Others feel better sitting with back support. Some even need a cushion behind their spine to avoid back pain. What is important is that you do not force anything. Do not try to recreate what things were like when you were younger. Let everything happen slowly and naturally. The goal here is to relax and reconnect, not to perform. And yes, you absolutely can and should speak to a doctor if you notice persistent pain, numbness, or changes in your sex drive. Medicine today no longer treats sex in older age as a taboo. On the contrary, many doctors are now trained to support men as they age, and masturbation is seen as an important part of maintaining healthy sexual function. Here's a heartfelt message. If you ever feel odd for still having desire at this age, please remember, you are not alone. There is nothing wrong with wanting to feel connected to your body, to feel release, to feel alive. And when done correctly, safely, and with care, masturbation can be a beautiful part of living fully and truthfully, even in your later years. But for masturbation to become a truly healthy part of your prostate care strategy, you should combine it with other supportive habits like movement, nutrition, and mental well-being. One of the simplest, most effective habits is physical activity. After the age of 70, the pelvic area, where the prostate is, often does not get enough movement. Poor circulation in this area can lead to blockages and mild inflammation. Just 20 to 30 minutes of brisk walking a day, or even gentle stretching exercises, can improve blood flow, help with urination, and reduce pressure in the lower abdomen. You do not need a complicated workout. Just something consistent and suitable for your condition is enough to make a difference. Besides walking, kegel exercises are a great option. You can do them anywhere, anytime, while sitting, lying down, or even waiting in line. By tightening and relaxing the pelvic floor muscles, the same ones you use to stop the flow of urine, you train the exact system that controls urination. Many people notice a big improvement within just a few weeks, a stronger stream, better control, and more mobility in the lower body. If you are new to Kegels, start simply. During urination, try pausing the stream for a few seconds, then let it flow again. The muscle you feel tightening, those are the ones you want to exercise. Over time, as your body gets used to it, you can squeeze those muscles while sitting, walking, or even resting. It does not require equipment. It takes no time out of your day, but it offers lasting benefits. Alongside movement, nutrition is crucial. Everything you eat enters your bloodstream and nourishes your cells, including your prostate. Studies show that lycopene, found in ripe tomatoes, is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect prostate cells. In addition, omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish like salmon and mackerel help reduce inflammation. Green tea supports detoxification, and leafy greens help balance hormones. And one essential rule: reduce alcohol, processed foods, and red meats, things that trigger chronic inflammation and directly affect male hormones. You can also add small but powerful foods like walnuts, almonds, and chia seeds, tiny ingredients packed with nutrients that support circulation and naturally boost vitality. A glass of tomato juice each day, a meal with fish instead of red meat each week. These small changes can create a big, lasting ripple effect. But just like your body, your mind needs care too. You can eat well and exercise daily, but if you are lonely, if no one texts you, no one visits, no one to talk to, your spirit can fall into silent fatigue without you noticing. Stay socially connected. Whether it is a group of close friends, a senior club, or regular time with your children and grandchildren, these connections keep your energy positive. The joy of living is not a luxury. It lives in the small gatherings, the familiar smiles, the simple but steady routines. And one more essential thing is regular checkups. Even if you feel fine, the prostate can still change quietly without showing any obvious signs. A visit to the doctor every 6 months, or at least once a year, with basic tests like a prostate-specific antigen test, which measures a protein related to prostate health, or a pelvic ultrasound, can help detect problems before you even notice them. Many people delay these visits because they feel embarrassed or think, what's the point at this age? But taking action now can help prevent serious complications later on. At 70, you do not need to be as strong as you were in your youth, but you absolutely deserve to be healthy, to feel light and free, and to stay in control of your body, on your own terms, without shame. If one simple, private, and gentle act can bring comfort to your body and peace to your mind, then it is no small matter. It is a gift, And sometimes you are the only one who can give that gift to yourself. No one knows your body better than you. And if you are still here, listening until the very last second of this video, I believe you are ready to step beyond old beliefs, to see your body with compassion, understanding, and deep respect. Leave a comment below with a strong affirmation for yourself. Something like, "I choose to live healthy and true to my body." Or share your thoughts after watching this video. Who knows, your words might touch someone else who really needs to hear them. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every week, I bring you meaningful, thoughtful, and practical topics like this. So together, we can build a community that loves itself and lives strong all the way to the final years. Thank you for staying until the end, and may you always be strong, grounded, and joyful.